walk around here because you know what? That joker used to try to say something about my little stuff. So now when you see me, and for those of you that are married, you have a little confidence, not even just about your husband, even where you go, at church, at work, in the grocery store, when you start looking good, that's because your self-esteem, you have higher self-esteem about yourself, you feel good about yourself, and that's where we should be. And if I could swing this to the spiritual side, that's what God wants us to be. He does not want us to walk around here all mopey and sad. And the thing about it is, He wants us to be happy about ourselves. We all should be happy. I mean, we may be a little heavy, and we may be a little chunky years ago, but the good news tonight is that we made a conscious decision to do something about it. Not only are we going to work on our outward appearance, but we're going to keep on working on our inward. If I don't lose another pound, I know that I'm beautiful anyway. If I don't lose another inch, I know I'm beautiful because God made me beautiful. Not because I have a personality disorder or I'm narcissistic. It's because I know who I am. And you ladies know who you are. And I'm glad that you're here tonight, and I'm glad that you're taking advantage of these products. Not only will it help your lives, but it will help other people's lives. So don't keep beauty secrets. Share that. The next part of what I want to talk about is learning to love yourself. I learned that I was not loving myself when I was having my pity party. What I used to have a habit of doing is every Friday I would stop by the market and get some ice cream. Ice cream and a good movie. That was my thing. That's how I gained weight. That's how I stacked it on because ice cream became my lover. I would take my hot shower, put on my fuzzy pajamas, get my favorite blanket, and lay on my sofa and watch movies all night long. And while I'm sitting there, I'm eating. Emotional eating is what it's called. Eating. I wasn't loving myself, but what I was doing, I was pacifying a void. I had a problem. There was something going on with me. Although I said I love myself, but really, when you love yourself, you don't overeat. When you love yourself, you don't eat the wrong food. So the question is tonight is, are you loving yourself? Are you really, really loving yourself? The thing about this body that God gave us, God doesn't give us cancer. God does not give us diabetes. He doesn't give us all this stuff that you go to the doctor and find out you have. That doesn't come from God. That comes from the enemy. And also you have to deal with the enemy in you. My enemy was, I didn't love myself, so I was eating ice cream. I was depressed. So I was taking ice cream to take care of a need. So when I realized, okay, Tony, you could assume, my ankles were hurting. When I was walking, I'm short. You feel short. And I'm small bone. I'm like, okay, your ankles are swelling and you're hurting when you walk. Then you're walking all night. That's my plan. I'm too young to be walking like this. So I realized you need to deal with the enemy in you. You need to deal with what's making you eat. You need to deal with what's making you just lay on your sofa and be depressed. So when I learned, spiritually, God dealt with me about that. If you want diabetes, you're going down the right road, so you need to slow it down. If you want high blood pressure, so that's when I learned to love myself. And I want to encourage you ladies the very same way. I'm talking about food. I'm talking about food as my enemy at the time. But whatever your enemy is, if it's something contrary to you as a person, as a woman, if it's food, if it's toxic relationships, if it's bad company, whatever it is that is bringing you down, that's killing your buzz, that's killing your mood, killing your high, your naturally beautiful high, you don't need to be a part of it. That's what I was told with that. With victorious living. My church. I can't tell I'm a preacher. We heard that. Yeah. But with victorious living. Now, this is going to wrap up everything I'm about to say. Everything that I've been touching on, the outward transformation, the inward transformation, learning to love yourself. All of that ties in with victorious living. You made a decision to come tonight. Obviously, you made a decision to be victorious over whatever it is that has caused you to gain weight. Whatever it is in our lives that doesn't need to be in our lives, We need to be strong enough to admit to what it is and become victorious by overcoming it. That's how you become victorious in anything that you do, whether it's your eating habits, whether it's relationships or your finances. I had to make a decision about my finances. Let me get into that right quick. I don't keep beauty secrets. Whatever I learn, I share. That's why I stay blessed. Even if I don't have a 2 cents to my name, I'm still blessed because I share. If I have 2 cents, guaranteed you can have the other one. But that's how I am. Not just because I'm Christian, but it is because I'm Christian. It is the right thing to do. But one of the things that I had to get control of, this component of victorious living was my finances. I had to get control of my money. I had to look at, okay, you get paid every 2 weeks, but by the end of the week, you're broke. So what's your problem? What are you doing? You need to really look at the fact you got children. This someone who's going to go to college one day. How are you going to be able to afford going to college because you're a shoe clerk? Okay. I'm giving you real talk, okay? I hope you can handle it. Okay? I had to look at the fact, okay, my son's going to be a teenager soon. You know he's going to want a car. So how are you going to be able to afford that if you're spending your money frivolously? Okay? No, you're not living victoriously. If you live in paycheck to paycheck, rather Peter to pay Paul. No, you're not living victoriously when you're having to go to the doctor and you find out you got some sort of ailment that you caused upon yourself. That's not victorious living. No, we are not living victoriously when we have negative people in our atmosphere. That is not victorious living, because when you have a person in your ear constantly complaining, like, how you doing? Well, I don't want to hear it, because you know what? I'm too blessed to hear it. I mean, I'm sorry. I just have to be real. Not that I'm not compassionate or concerned, but you know, there's some people, you go back 2 weeks later, that same person, how are you doing? Yeah, well, okay, obviously they need some deliverance, so that's the only thing I can do for that person is pray for them and try to give them words of encouragement. I even watched myself with that because I had to learn about even trying to minister to people who really don't want to be ministered to. I mean, this one girl, she sent me a text message, I need you to pray for me because I feel like I'm about to lose it. I feel like I'm falling. I can't get up. I see this on my face. I'm driving on Hickory Road trying to get to work. I decided to go into Food Lion to give this girl some word of encouragement. And when I was pouring into her, you know what her response was to me? I'm like, just saying, you feel like you're falling and that you don't know what to do. And I'm telling you how to live victoriously. Okay, next time I see your text message, I'm just going to pray about that thing, and I'm going to keep it moving because I do not have time. First of all, lose my job, being late for work, trying to help somebody who's really not trying to help themselves. You know, there are some people that just want pity. You know, that is it. We do love company. But as I wrap this up about victorious living, about being a winner, about outward and inward transformation, about loving ourselves, I close with this. You're here tonight. You made a statement. You're here. I pray that when you leave here motivated to not only work on your outward appearance, keeping yourself looking flossy and nice and all that, that's good, but work on your inner person. Do not let the enemy whisper lies, having pillow talk in your ear, telling you you're this or you're that. Well, you got this love handle. Well, I might have it today, but guess what? 3 months later, I don't have it. You know, that's how you have to do. You know, he his lies because that's what he does. He's trying to make you feel, I don't care if I was 10 pounds heavier, I'm still beautiful.
That's it.
Because God said I am. As it relates to loving yourself, I had to learn that buying shoes, eating ice cream, going to the mall was not really loving myself because at the end of the month, I'm broke. So I had to use wisdom and to, yes, I do treat myself, but I treat myself once a month. That's good for me because that used to be almost a daily thing. You think about it, 30 days out of the month, I'm spending close to $50 to $100. You guys do the math. And I'm just being real, and I'm not the only one. I'm just a real one. I'm just real talk. You know, that's how I am. But what I'm trying to encourage us to do, let's learn to love ourselves. Let's learn to live victoriously. And do not believe anything the enemy has told you about yourself. You're beautiful, honey. You're fly, sweetie. You're a diva already. I saw it when you walked in the door. You're just bad. You're fabulous, and you fabulous, and you're wonderful. And I don't want to leave you out. You're quiet, but you're beautiful also.
All right.
You hear me? So when as I close, and take it home with you, we're going to be victorious.
Yes. Yes.